Hiya, kids and cadets. Welcome back to Tommy Time. Appreciate you coming out. We're going to work on this Toro recycler again. It's a 2016. I had bought this for 40 bucks from the neighborhood scrapper. We kind of did an initial looky look. Gas was extremely stale and old and outdated. I'll leave the model number and serial number below. It's the 20339. I'll leave the serial number below. 2016. I couldn't find any engine number on the recoil. So I had this thing apart because I knew it was going to take me a while. You can see all the crust here. I ended up putting a little Project Source gloss paint on this. This is Lowe's brand, Morrisville, North Carolina. Mooresville is where they're at. So I put some gloss here and gloss here. You'll see this mostly, and up here on the top of the recoil. So while I'm at it, let me oil this up with some used motor oil. Who's coming into town? Allegiant. He's making a short final. I haven't seen anybody bank that steep in a long time. They must be 5 minutes overdue. Okay, so that's oiled up the way I want it. Took the tank out, washed it up here with soap and water on the outside, went ahead and let it dry on the hood of my CRV. It's all nice and dry and ready to go. So I had the carb off. The carb was very crusty, as crusty as the flywheel. So I took a pick and I scraped it around, put a new gasket on it. The bowl gasket was just as crusty. You could see that. This thing was sitting. So I took a razor and kind of cleaned this up and then wire brushed it. So hopefully we have a good seal here. I did not put this in the ultrasonic. It was mostly surface, it looked like. So we're going to put all this back together. I didn't want to bring you along for the initial tear down because I had to do a lot of prep work to get this thing ready to go. So we got a 1/2 inch here. Let me just snug this up. So this $40 unit, I'll save it till next season and put a bag on it. And we'll have a $150 machine. People go berserk for these recyclers, and it's the Smart Stow. So I took some paint here. I painted the muffler guard and got in between and put some on the muffler itself. So this will smoke a little bit. Threw some old oil up here for the next technician in case he's got to get the flywheel off. As John Hyde would say, I think that's his last name, drier than a popcorn fart. Well, this here meets the category, drier than a popcorn fart. What can we do? I just want to tighten up this intake tube 1/4-inch socket. I didn't do that yet. So let's get shaken. Took some sandpaper. This was all caked up with rust. Got rid of that. So this thing had been sitting. Okay. So last project of the day, sun's going down. I worked on some 2-cycle stuff earlier. Excuse me, that seemed to go well. I figured I'd show you how this thing turned out. Hope you guys are having a nice day. When are you going to retire like I am, or did? I'm not a true retiree yet because I I still know what day of the week it is. People have told me that they lose track of what day of the week it is. That's not the case yet for me. I'm gonna go back and forth till this is snug. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. Let's put on the air vane. This air vane was really stiff. That old gas had gummed up the wafer here. It was hardly moving. But we rectified that. Just got to put both springs on. The throttle spring and then the automatic choke spring. We'll do the throttle spring now. And then the baby spring for the air vane. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna put some oil on this spring. It's crusty. Maybe a couple of squirts of oil will extend this thing's life expectancy. Okay, that's done. Everything's free and clear. Time for the recoil. The oil looked good on this thing when we checked it. These 2 front screws, I went to take them off really stiff, so I gave them like an 1/8 turn, tighten them, and then just worked them back and forth. I didn't want to break these off in the head. So they ended up coming out. I was patient, 1/4 turn each way, break the crust. Because the first one I went to take off, it wasn't budging, and I thought, no more pressure. I'll snap the head off and have a terrible afternoon. So I've pre-oiled all these screws with a drop of oil just to facilitate the ease of operation. Okay, dipstick is here. Put that in. Get these 2 back here started. Okay, good. That tin is in place. Okay, you guys are still with me. Tightened up the head bolts. That's usually part of my put together routine. Sales are dead. I'm just fixing and not selling. I just had one message yesterday. Somebody wanted to buy a mower. They said they had a mower to trade. I said, "What do you, a mower to trade?" I said, "What is it?" And they said 21-inch Briggs and Stratton. And then they never responded back after that. So I don't know. Maybe they found another machine. Okay, I need the gasket. I did have one, a new one. Let me grab it. I just didn't bring it out to the work table, but I did pick it up. Yeah, so what else is shaking with you guys? Anything? What did I do with that thing? I'll just have to get another one. I had it. I had it, but now I don't. You know what I mean? I hate when that happens. Did I drop it? Give me a second. I may have to put the old one in just temporarily. The old one came off, but it was kind of rough. So I'll just use it for the time being. Sorry about that. Oh, there it is right in front of me. Gosh darn it. I could have used the old one, but I'm going with new. Okay. So how's the weather in your part of the country? What I'm going to do is get the tank on the fuel line, then the air filter backing plate. That way I can reach the hose clampy. Let me get a couple of these started for the the tank, the screws. So I was in a sweatshirt this morning. Then it got nice and sunny and warm, but it's starting to chill down. The sun's going down. Like I said, my last project of the day, I'm going to have to throw on a sweatshirt. But right now it's extremely comfortable. This is what people living in Florida look forward to, is this time of year. It makes those miserable summer days worth it. Wrong tool for the wrong job. Those aren't the right needle nose. I need the hooky dookies. Okay, Clucky, you're not paying attention. Why not? Okay, we got the gasket on. Put the breather hose on. Oh, we still need to put the bolt back here for the tank and the spacer, plastic spacer. I think I can fish it in. Okay. So this one, we were able to get it to kick off, but with that stale gas, it wasn't going to do anything. Okay, that's good enough. Now let me move over here to the spacer. Come on, I know I can do it. There we go. We got it. We got it up in there. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Good enough. Where's the one Phillips? There should be two, but I don't know what happened to the second one. I got to dig one up off of another junk box. which I think I'll do right now. I got a junk box right next to me, so let me grab a Mr. Phillips, and then we're going to get busy. Okay, that worked out. I guess I could have made this a two-part video, tear down for the one and then put back for the second one. Oh, there's the screw. It had fallen down here on the trap door. So we're even Steven. I just dropped the socket. Everything's happening at once. Okay, I'll go a little bit more since it's a little shaky. And a little bit more on this one. And a little bit more on that one. Okay, so we gotta fuel it. Let me just blow this off. I didn't grab a new one. It's not terribly bad. It's going to get us by just for testing purposes. Before I sell it, I'll put a new one in. Okay. What else do we have to do? Everything else looks copacetic. Just got to fuel it, button down this hatch, and we're ready to rock and roll with a little bit of non-ethanol fuel. Okay, I got it right here. Yeah, that should be plenty. And we got about a quarter of a tank. I'm covering the bottom. We'll just look for any leaks. Thread the cord back through the ringlet. Okay, are we leaking? No. No, we are not leaking. So let me put this to the side. Clucky, you hold on. I'm going to drop you down like a ball of lead. Okay, let me put it on the grass and then we'll look. We'll look at its operational status. How's that? I think it's good. So we just have to do some cleanup on the deck. Okay, let's pull on this thing. Little surging, but it cleaned up. I'm just going to tweak the idle a little bit. I don't like the idle. That's better. I can smell that paint burning off. Okay, that was awesome. I just moved the tab here with that the springs attached to, and then moved it forward to increase RPMs. It seemed a little slow. When it first started, it was surging, but then it found itself. You could see all that muffler paint coming off. I kind of put flat black on the cage, and then the rest of it I used gloss. So we got $40. I know you guys are going to gripe that it's too much to pay for a non-running machine, but it looked good. I didn't even sniff the tank. I just unloaded it from his trailer. It looked complete. So I gave him 40. Like I said in the other video, I want to keep them coming back. So give him $40. It's a incentive to return with more goodies. Anyway, I appreciate you looking at this 725 Quantum 2016 Smart Stow Recycler. I'll give it to you again, the model 20339, serial 316087236. Made in country of origin, Mexico. But their headquarters, where is Toro? Is that Bloomington? Yeah, Bloomington, Minnesota. But this came out of Mexico. To locate your nearest service dealer, call 1-8866. Too bad. Okay, thanks. Thanks for coming out. Sun's below the tree line. Time to call it a day. Hey. See you guys. Appreciate you coming out. Adios, amigos. Tip your waitress and wait staff.